Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. There are few games that I can think of that are unique, games that are one of a kind, games that did something that no other game could. There are games that I can think of that did something amazing and unique at the time, but many have copied it to the point of it just being saturated. But few games can truly stand the test of time and be completely unique as much as SkullMonkeys for the PlayStation 1. What many people might not know is this game is actually a sequel to the Neverhood, the PC game, and it takes place literally a few seconds after the first game. After Clog is banished from the Neverhood, he falls into the planet Idznak, where he essentially becomes the ruler of all the SkullMonkeys, and he decides to try and rule the world by building his plan of Evil Engine number 9, but one of those SkullMonkeys, who for some reason is British, decides to call on Clayman once more to defeat Clog. The biggest thing that sets this game apart from the Neverhood is that instead of being a point-and-click adventure game like the first one, it's a 2D platformer, which is kind of a weird change, but hey, I welcome it with open arms. And this is actually one of the greatest platformers on the PS1, possibly the greatest in terms of just sheer uniqueness, funness, and creativity that went into this thing. You do have a shoot function, but for most of the game, you'll be attacking with your butt. Yep. See no evil, speak no evil, crush evil with your butt. That's the motto of this game. You will be butt bashing and butt bouncing enemies left and right. Also, you might think that since this is a 2D platformer instead of a point and click adventure game, that they would abandon the claymation style that they did with the first game, but nope. As a matter of fact, I think the claymation shines even more in this game. The fluid, beautiful animation and the sound effects coupled with the music just make this game so much better than the first one. I mean, I love the Neverhood as much as the next guy, but that game can get pretty damn tedious, boring, and repetitive the more you play it. But I've found that SkullMonkeys is fun on each playthrough. I mean, this thing has 90 plus levels and like a bajillion secrets and power-ups that you can use. I mean, the fun is never ending. Terry Scott Taylor came back to do the soundtrack for this game, and it is just as good as the first game's soundtrack. Personally, I think the first game's soundtrack is better, but this one has that charm that the first game's soundtrack had that just makes it just as good, you know? If you look at the behind the scenes of this game, you can truly tell that the team was having the time of their life making this game. Something I don't like about the first Neverhood is that it gets very repetitive and boring, like I said. Going down the same long paths like the Hall of Records, doing all those puzzles like the memory puzzle just eats away at your brain matter. But in this game, each level is fresh and unique. There are different paths you can take. You can get these swirly cues to get into the bonus levels. You can even get these 1970s things to go back to the 1970s, coupled with some BG style music and trippy 70s Pink Floyd psychedelic visuals. The only gripe about this game is not even anything to do with the game itself, but how to obtain it. You see, this is a PlayStation 1 game and only a PlayStation 1 game, so you might think, oh okay, I'll just grab myself a copy. Well, I want you to go on over to eBay right now and look at these prices. Yeah, you are not going to find a copy for this game for less than $100, and if you do, pick it up because you just scored a damn jackpot. I personally ordered a copy and it's on the way, so I don't even have it to show you guys yet, but I definitely will when I do, because damn it, I spent $130 on the thing. Of course I'm going to show it to you guys. So your best bet is to emulate it, but if you're not that type of criminal to emulate your games, then you better be ready to spend at least $230 for a complete in-box copy. I got mine for $130, and even then I'll say I got a damn steal, because I could have paid way more for it. I probably could have paid way less for it, but I didn't, so, you know, no point in complaining there. Something to actually be of note of this game is that it is hard. I mean, really damn hard sometimes, almost as hard as games like Cuphead or Ghouls and Ghosts. You will constantly be dying in this game, which is funny because we went from a game where you could only die once to a game where you can die 1,000 times over. What's even more funny is that the bosses are piss easy. I mean, I'm going to show you unedited footage of the very first boss of this game, the Shriny Guard. gotta play the boiler room, which is one of the hardest sections of the early game. Uh-oh. Even if you go into the 1970s bonus levels and get the heap of lives that it gives you, oh man, you will eat through those lives, I can tell you that much. However you do it, SkullMonkeys is an amazing game, an amazing platformer, and just a sheer work of art with how much they crammed into this game. I mean, this game is oozing with melting clay personality all over the place. I just wish it was more easy to access. I bet a lot of people haven't played this game just because of how difficult it is to find it, both physically and, I mean, I guess you could get Duck Station, which is how I first played it before I'll get my copy. So yeah, just download Duck Station, download the ROM, connect the PS4 controller, and BAM! You're playing this game almost the way it should be played. So yeah, SkullMonkeys is a phenomenal game, and I give it a 9 out of 10. If only it were re-released, I'd give it a 10. And that's it, goodbye.